John Campbell here with the market report from Winter Livestock in La Junta. Today, Tuesday, the 28th day of April. Pretty light receipts, but excellent demand once again for these light, thin stocker cattle. Quality not as good as what we saw last week. I'd call them a couple, $2-3 cheaper. As were the butcher cows and bulls. They were a little softer. So, folks, I think we've certainly got everybody's attention and raised a deep awareness of what our problem is. The main problem now exists is how do we solve it? How are we going to go about it? Well, folks, I'm here to tell you I'm a prime example of how not to do it. And I want to thank Pat Roberts from over there in Kansas. I posed a question to him on a webinar. And he didn't even know what I was talking about. Talked around it completely, sidestepped the whole deal, because I was one person asking a question. And I've testified before the ag committees before, and I've talked to cattlemen's associations and even our own livestock marketing, but I've done it as an individual, as one person. And case in point, when I was talking about non-ambulatory animals in the livestock auction, and the ag committee, congressional ag committee said, well, Mr. Campbell, you're exactly right. We've never had it presented to us in that light before, and we see exactly where you're coming from. But our dilemma here as a committee is that we've got a letter here from APHIS, and they support this bill. Oh, and look here. Here's a letter from the Farm Bureau representing their entire membership. Hell, I didn't have a chance. I was born dead. I was dead before I started. And what the Farm Bureau would know about bad-eyed cows, hell, I used to dance with them all the time when I was in junior college. Nobody knows more about bad-eyed cows than a livestock market guy. But the fact that I was one guy on a mission, doesn't matter how much you know about the issue, the numbers is what speaks. And I'd challenge all of our leaders, whether it be Corbett Wall or Marty Smith with NCBA, Bill Bullard with RCAF, Brooke Miller with U.S. Cattlemen's. Hell, put Mark Mackey in there. He's one of the sharpest guys I know with livestock marketing. But you guys lock yourself in a Motel 6 with no food and very little water, and you don't come out of that, dude, until we have got a endorsement from all three or all of these entities, whatever the top five are. And once you agree upon that, then you go out and get endorsements from some big organizations. Then you take all of that information to these guys in the swamp, and you start having hundreds of thousands of people. That will get their attention, and they'll start listening to you. We all want the same thing. We can all come together. Your membership is begging you to represent them. So let's do something about it. In the meantime, you check off boys. Why don't you go buy a full page in the New York Times? You want to advertise and promote the product? Why don't you start promoting the people that pay your wages and pay the buck a head, and advertise the fact that the packer is making more money on their product than they ever have in the history of the world. And in the meantime, they're paying the producer the lowest price we've seen in over 10 years for the product. Tell them about that.